I am delighted to introduce this project entitled Language, Terminology and Representation relating to Ireland's institutions historically known as mother and baby homes, county homes and related institutions. This project emerged from recommendations in the first report of the Collaborative Forum into Mother and Baby Homes. The research addressed the following questions. How has language and historical labels been used to stigmatise and re-traumatise many individuals in Irish society, both past and present? How can we learn from persons with direct lived experience of the institutions about use of language, its impact, and how we can improve it? How can we prioritise the voices and views of those directly affected? And how can academics, students, journalists, practitioners, policymakers and others contribute to informing how we write, speak and communicate in language that does not harm? The findings focused on a range of terminology, especially that relating to mothers, children, places and processes. They show that some words are totally unacceptable. For example, the majority of people argue against the use of the word home, generally favouring institution, or very contested, for example, regarding different terms used to describe mother. The following are 3 key messages, 2 actions and 1 impact from the study, delivered by my colleagues and fellow report authors, Dr. Sarah Ann Buckley and Dr. Carmel Devaney.
Our first message is that language holds immense power and those in authority have significant influence over terminology. The research highlighted the lack of awareness amongst many in positions of authority of the impact and importance of language and terminology. Participants emphasised how hurtful the use of certain language can be, especially when it continues to be used even when its damaging effects are known. Our second message is that we need to accept the truth of people's experiences and the diversity of those experiences of language, terminology and representation. Our third message is, it is not just words and terms that affect people, but the context they are used in to represent someone's identity and experience and the individual using that language or terminology. The 2 recommended actions are: firstly, look at the research report to become familiar with the terms and language that could cause harm to someone. Be mindful of the words and terms you use. Ask questions respectfully. Listen, challenge, acknowledge and act when stigmatizing language is used. The second action is to develop education and awareness raising actions, particularly for those in positions of power and influence in government, the media, academia, churches and relevant agencies.
The intended impact of this research is that the lifelong and intergenerational impact of offensive or stigmatising language and terminology is challenged across society, leading to a more historically just, accurate and honourable representation of people's experiences and identities. To achieve this, we created a practical toolkit to guide different stakeholders in relation to eliminating hurtful and stigmatising historical and current labels. We hope that this toolkit and the research reports can inform the teaching of this subject on school curricula, in ongoing policy and legal developments, for practice guidance and for the general public. This project would not have been possible without the efforts of a number of people whom we wish to acknowledge. Many have advocated for decades relating to matters pertaining to the institutions, including the need to address and correct the offensive use of terminology relating to people's identities, experiences and contexts. The Collaborative Forum are particularly acknowledged for calling for this project and for the work they have done to influence change in relation to language, terminology and representation regarding the mother and baby institutions. We would like to acknowledge in particular the 4 members of the Collaborative Forum who worked with us on this research. We owe them a debt of gratitude for their commitment, perseverance and outstanding contribution to this project. Finally, and most importantly, we wish to acknowledge all of the people who participated in this research. We thank you sincerely for sharing your experiences and expertise. You have contributed significantly to increasing our critical awareness of use of language, terminology and representation in relation to mother and baby institutions.